So what I'm up to today is sorting through this core tin because it had sat there for very long. And I don't know if you know this, but if you store metal flat stacked for too long, water will get between it and it will rust all the way through like that. So I've got to cut out all of the decay on all these, but there is enough to do that roof. Oh, and by the way, apparently we're doing this today. Now I forgot to bring my metal cutting saw, but the Steel Demon 7 1/4 Diablo blade, this is the best blade that I've found to cut metal with. Much better than the grinder. The problem with running it on a normal saw is it doesn't catch the metal shavings. So you've got to do stuff like this. Now this is real-time speed with the Speed Demon saw blade from Diablo. It's much preferred in an actual metal cutting saw because this is a kind of shrapnel that you just do not want to experience if you've got a better way to do it. Now to me this part of the panel is complete junk. See how badly rusted through that is? That needs to go away, never seen again. So this is sped up a little bit, just ripping the panel. It's giving me a little fight. Not sure why. Not sure why it's giving me a fight. Oh, it's because I didn't remotely cut it straight. That's terrible. All right, so this is the tricky thing about corrugated metal. I've got to get this rib right here to line up correctly, which I scribed, and I got the radius right. The one thing I've got to do now that I'm this close is because of the different elevations of the ribs and this rib, you've got to now scribe right there, which I eyeball because I think I'm that good. So you kind of follow the contour of this rib onto this one, then this one will slide in there. Now that's definitely not a perfect radius now. It's kind of a bit jaggedy. Now that's as good as that jiggity jaggedy jankety scribe that I'm gonna be able to get. Unfortunately, I'm not perfect, but that's a tight enough gap that I can go ahead and do my log jam on top of this. So that is the roofing metal that I ran over with my truck and I turned it into a valley. This is some of the ridge cap that they had on their inventory. I gotta go digging through some more, see if I can find enough to finish that. Got the pipe boots on, another pipe boot on. These have a lead base to them, so you can conform it to everything. Once this silicone over here dries, once that dries, I'm gonna pressure wash this roof. When I pressure wash this roof, then I can go ahead and do the actual sealant that I'm doing around the top of that. Anywho, this is what it looks like at ground zero. Grain bin, 15-foot grain bin, addition, and an old cabin. By the way, I got the windows in today as well. Got them in. This has got a view every direction you actually look.